How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to be tying what I call the blueberry lemonade crappie jig. This is a chartreuse and blue pattern that fish love. So for this jig, I like to use a 1/16 ounce jig head. This is a size 6 hook. I powder painted the head with ProTec Disco Blue, and then I put a 5mm yellow eye on there. For the thread, I'm using a 6/0 uni thread in chartreuse. We're just going to start that thread behind the head and take it down to the point of the hook. For the tail, I'm using a blue marabou feather. This is kind of a cobalt blue. I'm just going to run my fingers up the stem of the feather to straighten the tips out, and then we're going to measure it so that it's about the length of the hook, and then we can pinch it there on the hook as we tie it down tight with our thread. Give it a few good securing wraps, and then you can let go of the feather and tie the butt end up to the head. And then we're just going to pull that feather away from the jig and clip it off. And then go over the fluffies with our thread. Gonna clean that up a little and bring the thread back down to the tail. This will help us secure the feather even further. For our chenille, I'm using a Mellow yellow New Age chenille. This is medium size from Nimrod's Tackle. Just gonna take a piece of that, tie it in right at the tail, tie the tag end in so that the main chenille goes up to the head. Since I'm going to be doubling the chenille over, it's a little smaller than most chenilles I like to use. So I'm going to wind it down the body and then back up to give it some bulk. Once we got that chenille tied up to the head, we're going to start winding it. Just wind it down to the tail carefully. We want to make sure the chenille stays perpendicular to the hook shank and that each wrap is pressed against the last. And as we get down to the tail, we can flip it around and start wrapping back up the body. Again, make sure to keep nice even wraps. And we got the perfect amount here to get back up to the head. So we're going to tie that down tight. I like to give it 4 tight wraps and then 1 wrap in front of the chenille. Then you can just clip that tag end. And now we're going to whip finish. Just give it a 6-turn whip finish. Pull the thread tight and clip it off. So that is it. This is a super simple jig anybody can tie. These colors have driven the crappie crazy for me. They're just irresistible. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.